Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, I got it.
You think it's a line of telescope yet? Whoa, crap, it was a bird. Flew right through it.
Yeah.
A bird? Well, it looked like it.
Was that a bird?
I don't know, let me see. Is that a bird? Coming back. If it's a line of telescope, you can get it.
They're not moving. They're not balloons. There's one I see going real low. Well, these are some kind of drones. I mean, I don't know what those are.
Actually, I don't know. No, it's straight up and down. No, it has something on the side, Robert. Oh.
Yeah?
Liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis on a mission to build, resupply, and to do research on the International Space Station.
Houston now controlling. Atlantis begins its penultimate journey to shore up the International Space Station.
From the dawn of man, there have been many mysterious sightings and reports from the heavens. Some of these are depicted in caveman drawings from thousands of years ago. This drawing comes from Itolo, Tanzania, and dates back over 29,000 years. It appears to document UFOs sending rays to the ground with what seems to be impact marks on the Earth's surface. Proof of alien visitation continues throughout human history. Here we see a picture of Nuremberg on April 14, 1561. Hans Glasser was a journalist of the 16th century. He described a mind-blowing event that occurred in the early hours of the morning. His drawing shows a sky full of strange objects flying back and forth and engaging as if it was an episode of Star Wars, with spacecraft screaming through the skies and fire on the Earth. He reports many of the residents witnessed this event and they saw it as a sign of God. And then the Foo Fighters of World War II. Thousands of pilots reported mystery orbs buzzing their aircraft while on bombing runs and patrolling the skies above Europe. This phenomena frightened both the Allied and Axis forces into believing the other had developed a secret weapon in a time where technology had been moving forward with a destructive rate. In fact, Churchill himself was inquiring into the subject, and it's believed he ordered a cover-up through fears of widespread panic. His memo here reads, "What does all this stuff about flying saucers amount to? What can it mean? What is the truth? Let me have a report at your convenience." Signed, Winston Churchill. 1947, Roswell. Arguably history's most debated UFO event. General William H. Blanchard ordered his press office to release a statement announcing a flying disc recovered from the desert of New Mexico, but 2 days later rescinded the claim. The cover-up began, military this time stating the wreckage recovered was a high-altitude weather balloon. How military, including a 4-star general of the Air Force, could not distinguish the difference between a weather balloon and an alien craft just 2 days prior is almost as big a mystery as Roswell itself. As we move through modern times, the UFO phenomena has become a movement, with millions of people witnessing strange aerial phenomena. Technology looks to answer the age-old question, who or what is this phenomena?
My position now, I think, is that I believe that about 5% of these things are interplanetary, that is, they come to us from a world outside our planetary system, and that some of them are in fact inhabited by intelligent beings of some kind, and some look as if they're remotely controlled.
The 5% rule has become the status quo for the UFO phenomena. This refers to the amount of sightings reported to those that are thought to be real. This catchphrase can be tracked back throughout modern UFO history.
I investigated each and every one of them, and I found that about 80% could be explained, 15% insufficient data, but 5% extremely interesting.
Here are some of the most compelling cases in recent UFO history that fit the 5% club. Rendlesham Forest. Over a 2-day period starting December 28, 1980, this nuclear-armed airbase located in Britain was subject to an invasion of unidentified flying craft. In this Larry King interview on CNN, Colonel Holt describes what he witnessed.
The next series of events.
While we were in the field investigating, and we were actually looking for maybe burn marks on the ground from what was apparently dripping off this object, we noticed 3 objects to the north in the sky. They initially were elliptical. They were illuminated with multiple lights and were moving at high speed in sharp angular patterns. We noticed 2 objects to the south. One of them approached us at very high speed and sent down a beam. I would equate it now to a laser beam at our feet.
Who's the we, Colonel?
There were 5 of us. I took 5 people out to investigate.
What did your command superiors say?
At that time, my superiors were silent. It was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was communicating with the command post. I did take an audio tape. In fact, I brought the original tape recorder with me. It's a little linear tape recorder that I carried around the base. And I made a tape recording which is about 15 or 20 minutes long. It's rather famous now.
And did you play it for them?
Oh, definitely. I played it the next day.
What did they say?
Well, my boss took it to the 3rd Air Force commander to the staff meeting the following Wednesday and played it for the staff. The reaction of the staff, from what I'm told, is they didn't know what to do. And the general at that time said, well, it happened off the installation. It's a British matter. Let the British handle it.
We found a small blast, what looks like a blasted or scrubbed up area here. We're getting very positive readings. It's what we assume is a landing site, all having abrasion facing in the same direction towards the center. You ever see a pine tree as the damage react